Welcome to your deep dive.
Today, we're diving into something every entrepreneur knows is important, but maybe not how important: networking.
Right.
We got this article from a listener, and it really blew my mind. I thought I knew a thing or two about networking, but this article lays out 10 reasons why it's essential for entrepreneurs.
10.
10. It's a lot to unpack. It's not just about schmoozing at events, is it, expert speaker?
Definitely not. It's about building genuine relationships that can really make or break your journey as an entrepreneur.
That's a good way to put it. Okay, so the first point this article makes that I thought was super insightful is about the sheer amount of knowledge that's out there. Experience, really. Expert speaker, can you elaborate on what the article means when it says it's crucial to tap into others' experiences? What are we talking about here?
I think it's about going beyond what you learn in a textbook.
Right.
Like real world wisdom that you can only get from someone who's actually been there.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about like those hidden regulations that can really trip you up. I'm talking about those things nobody tells you about in business school.
Makes sense.
Having someone who's already navigated those minefields, so to speak, can be a lifesaver.
Oh, totally. So it's like having a roadmap for the entrepreneurial obstacle course.
Yeah. Like imagine you're a new food tech startup, right? You've got this amazing, innovative product that everyone's going to love.
Okay.
But getting all the food safety certifications, it feels impossible.
Oh, yeah. It can be a nightmare.
But if you know someone you met networking, who's already gone through that whole process, that they can tell you exactly what to do, who to talk to.
They can give you the shortcuts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's just one example.
Okay, so that actually leads perfectly into the next big takeaway from the article: collaboration over competition. I love that idea, but how does networking actually help make those win-win partnerships happen?
It's about finding the missing pieces of your business puzzle,
Okay.
Say you're like a tech genius. Code is your native language.
Right.
But you don't know the first thing about marketing.
Happens all the time.
Exactly. Networking can connect you with that marketing guru who can take your product to the next level.
That's so true, especially in the early days when your team is small and everyone's wearing a million hats. Having those strong connections can be invaluable.
It's essential.
Absolutely. So it's like assembling your own little entrepreneurial dream team.
I like that.
Right. You find the people who have the strengths that you lack, and everybody benefits. It's win-win.
Speaking of winning, this whole idea of visibility and credibility really resonated with me. The article emphasizes that it's not just what you know, it's who knows you, right?
100%. Think of it like credibility capital.
I like that, credibility capital. Okay.
The more visible you are in the right circles, the more credible you become. Speaking at industry events, connecting with influential people, it all adds up.
It's like a silent endorsement.
Exactly. Like, hey, this person is someone you should know. Yeah, like if a movie has no buzz, nobody's going to go see it. But if everyone's talking about it...
Everyone wants to see it.
Right. Suddenly everyone's interested, you're on the map. And this article doesn't just talk about, like, the glamorous side of entrepreneurship, the big successes.
Right.
It also gets real about the emotional ups and downs, the pressure. Expert speaker, what are your thoughts on how networking can help with that feeling of being alone that a lot of entrepreneurs face?
Oh, it's huge. Entrepreneurship can be a roller coaster, right?
Totally.
You have these amazing highs, but then you have those moments where you're like, what am I even doing?
Ugh, yes. Been there.
And that's where your network comes in, surrounding yourself with people who get it, who've been through those same struggles.
It makes a world of difference.
It does. It really does. Just knowing you're not alone in those moments can be so powerful.
It's like having a support group, but they actually understand what you're going through, not just generic advice.
Exactly. They've been in the trenches with you. They've made the mistakes.
Wow.
They've celebrated the victories. They get it.
And sometimes you just need someone to talk you off the ledge, right? Like a mentor.
A mentor can be a lifesaver. That's another amazing benefit of networking. Finding someone who's been there, done that, and is willing to guide you.
Oh, don't even get me started on mentors. Mine saved me from complete entrepreneurial meltdown early on. Priceless. But, sometimes this article makes it seem like networking is this magic solution for everything. Like it's the key to getting funding, finding amazing people to hire, attracting customers. Is it really that powerful?
Well, it's not magic, but it does open doors in ways you might not expect.
Okay.
Take funding, for example. Investors hear pitches all day long, right?
I bet.
But if you get a warm introduction from someone they trust, it completely changes the game.
It's like having a VIP pass.
Exactly. They're much more likely to take a meeting, hear you out.
So it's not just about your idea being good, it's about who's vouching for you.
That social proof is huge. Like, remember that biotech startup we were talking about? Imagine they're at an event, meet an investor. The investor's intrigued, but not quite ready to invest.
Yeah.
Then, a few months later, they bump into each other again.
Okay.
But this time, that same investor is with a venture capitalist who's actively looking to fund innovative cancer treatments. And the investor makes the introduction, vouches for the startup.
Wow. What are the chances?
That's networking in action. Suddenly, this chance encounter could lead to millions in funding.
That's incredible.
It happens all the time. Or think about finding talent. You're trying to find someone with a very specific skill set. It's a nightmare.
The worst.
You mention it to someone at a networking event, and boom, they know the perfect person.
It's like networking greases the wheels of opportunity, makes those serendipitous moments happen.
Exactly. And then there's word-of-mouth marketing. Still the best kind of marketing, right?
For sure.
And what's word-of-mouth marketing? It's all about
Networking.
exactly. Someone in your network loves your product,
Mm.
tells their friends, and suddenly you have this whole new wave of customers.
Okay, I'm convinced networking really is magic. But on a more serious note, the article wraps up by talking about how important it is to build genuine, long-term relationships, not just quick connections. What's your take on that, expert speaker? Why is playing the long game so crucial when it comes to networking? It's like everyone's always looking for that quick win, you know?
Right.
But with networking, you're saying it's more about playing the long game.
It's about nurturing those connections over time. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
So instead of thinking of it like collecting business cards at an event,
Yeah.
it's more like, what did you say? Tending a garden?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You plant those seeds by showing genuine interest, being helpful, offering support, being present. And those relationships, they blossom over time.
I love that. So ditch the elevator pitch and just be a good human.
Exactly. It's not always about what you can get out of it. It's about what you can give. Be that listening ear for someone who's having a tough time. Make an introduction that could change someone's career.
Pay it forward.
Yes. And those acts of generosity, they create this ripple effect.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
I love that. It's like a rising tide of entrepreneurial ambition.
I like that. And you know what's so cool is that those relationships you invest in, they often pay off in ways you could never have imagined, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
Like years down the road, that person you helped out with a small favor is suddenly in a position to offer you an amazing opportunity, or that connection you made at a conference gives you the advice you desperately need to overcome a challenge.
It's amazing how it all comes full circle.
It really is.
Wow. This deep dive has completely changed the way I think about networking. It's not just about going to events and hoping for the best. It's about building genuine relationships, tapping into this amazing network of knowledge and support, and really just being open to the possibilities that come from connecting with other people.
Absolutely. It's recognizing that in the world of entrepreneurship, connections are everything.
They're everything. Expert speaker, thank you so much for this incredible deep dive. You've given us so much to think about.
My pleasure.
And listeners, we want to hear from you. What's your most fascinating, unexpected networking story? Head over to social media and share your story using the hashtag #TheDeepDive. Until next time, remember, the connections you make today could change everything tomorrow.